Hey guys, Connor from the Ticket Stub, and you are listening to Lone Star Community Radio on 104.5 KCZW LP Conroe and 106.1 KZCC LP Conroe, and worldwide on irlonestar.com.
Start spreading the news. I am leaving.
All right.
Today.
Welcome. Morning's Lone Star, irlonestar.com. We were a little late for me. I had to take care of some neighbor problems. Not problems. They weren't problems.
A situation.
So it's always something interesting every day this week. This week
I'm
has
just
been very
laughing that
interesting.
the one time I was like flat out early.
Yeah, it happens.
But as a result, I was able to go to our favorite working taco place and pick up some working tacos.
Thank you, Working Tacos. You are listening to Mornings of Lone Star, irlonestar.com, Montgomery County's community radio station. It's 9:36. It is the 15th of February. It's a beautiful day in Conroe, maybe. Let's do some weather. And looking at the Conroe weather for the weekend today, it is 63 degrees right now, 0% chance of rain. The average high is going to be high, folks. It's going to be around 80. So it's going to be all weekend. That's insane. So,
That's right.
the
Back in the 60s on Monday.
Yeah, So it's going to and rain and expected next week. So it's going to be an interesting weekend. I do want to make a couple neighborhood announcements. I believe the Go Texan Parade, which it is, I don't believe, it is happening on Saturday, and we will be here. I'm going to try to rig one of our cameras outside, and so you can watch the parade on our Facebook feed.
There you go. We'll open up the blinds and turn that camera around. And have
Well, my only fear is if I did that is people, for some reason, gather right in front of the studio. So I got to
because we're popular.
Yeah, we are.
We're a hot spot.
We are very popular. But yeah, that's happening this weekend. Bring your family. I believe I would get here between 11 and 12, and I think at 1 it starts, but seats go fast. So, or seating, because you bring your own seating basically. But yeah, that's what's going on with this weekend with Lone Star.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been working with the people over at the Woodlands Barbecue Festival. They have a new organizer. You heard of Spectre Catering?
I have not, but I'm interested.
So they're in
to hear
charge,
more.
and they asked me to MC the event in October. Nothing about the Crawfish Festival. I don't know if they're going to do the Crawfish Festival this year, but I know I want some crawfish. Did you see that Pacific Yard House has $5 crawfish? I know you don't like crawfish. Never mind.
But hold on, keep talking because my mom loves crawfish.
I think it's Mondays and Wednesdays. They have $5 pounds.
Nice.
So
I will bring my mother.
I think that is the cheapest I've seen it.
My mother's a crawfish connoisseur. She typically goes to Wolfie's in the Woodlands.
Yeah.
They have a crawdad special, but I will bring her up to Pacific Yard House.
Yeah. So that's what's going on around the town. So don't forget, go Texan Parade. I think more info can be found on conroe.org because it's part of the Chamber of Commerce here. They put that on. Maybe I should look that up. And then, other business before we get to the show. We have to clarify our ticket giveaway. I made a mistake. It's balcony-only tickets. So the tickets were given away for
42nd Street?
Yeah, for 42nd Street. I messed up. I didn't know I messed up, but I messed up, so I apologize.
Well, I wouldn't call it a mess up. I mean, we said 2 tickets, but we're just specifying they're balcony seats.
They're balcony seats. They're free tickets, folks. So, I mean, really, you shouldn't start complaining. Unless the balcony, I've sat on the balcony up there before. It's not that bad.
I like the balcony.
Unless the people can't project.
You can hawk loogies on people below you that you don't like.
Well, you hold your nose up high when you sit up there.
Yeah, I'm in the balcony.
But yeah, balcony tickets are still available for 42nd Street. We do have a winner, and we're going to give it away. We've already given away the tickets. We can announce it, I guess.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that. I go, do we really want to say their names on the air? We can say their first name.
Yeah, say the first name.
Okay, that's what we'll do. Well, so, she already won the tickets, which is great, and I think she's scheduled to go this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And we also have next weekend, folks, so you can still enter. So all you got to do is just message us on our social media or and then email us at mwls@irlonestar.com. and stuff like that.
And you could win 2 free balcony tickets for 42nd Street. Terms and conditions apply. Call the box office for details.
Now we have to get legal teams on this.
Yeah. Terms and conditions apply. But basically, you get 2 free tickets. Enjoy them.
Yeah.
There we go.
Deal with it.
Yeah.
But so welcome back. And I guess right off the bat, we had a Valentine's Day yesterday. Mine went really well. Holly, again, and I try to remind her of her authoritative attitude it just reminded me so much. I don't ever tell you that joke about how Holly didn't want me to propose to her.
Wait, what?
I ever tell you this, Joe?
I'm trying to remember. Remind me, just in
So
case.
I had this whole deal at my grandparents' house because the grandparents' house is like where a lot of family histories happened. Like my parents were married there, and I think my aunt was married there. So there's a lot of stuff going on at this house. So I had this whole deal about proposing to her in the backyard, and she refused to come over to my grandparents' house
Oh my Lord, no!
because she's like, "You're helping your grandmother. Why do you need me to be there?" And I was like, well, she wants to see you. My grandmother wants to see you because at the time my grandfather passed away. So it was like, and then finally she goes, no, I'm not coming over. Like, you do your thing and come back here. And so I had to call it off.
Oh no!
And I was like, I can't get her over here. And so my cousin Stuart was in town because he was going to be there to celebrate with me. And he calls her, goes, hey, we're going to come pick you up tomorrow. Mosey wants to hang out. So whatever you're doing tomorrow, we're gonna come pick you up. And she didn't want to do that either. So we went and we picked up Holly. We made the excuse of something like we had to go pick up my grandmother at the opera because this is at the time was at George R. Brown
Okay,
because that Harvey happened.
right.
So they put it in George R. Brown. So there's a lot of chaos, and we made some excuse that she needed a lady's touch on something. I don't really remember.
Mm-hmm.
But same thing last night. I went to the bowling alley. I was going to set it all up.
You were telling me you were going to have champagne and decorate the table.
Set it all up on the table because she was going to be arriving late from work. So I was like, oh, perfect. She's going to love this. Well, she calls me at 4 o'clock when I'm packing everything up. I'm coming home. And I was like, oh, she's like, yeah, I got man pus all over me. And I want to take a shower.
The bodily fluids.
I'm tired of this.
Covered her.
I'm tired and I want to I was like, okay, I'll meet you at the bowling alley. No. We're going together. Like, just stay there. I want to be with you. Oh, it's Valentine's Day. And I'm like, no, I'll meet you up there. No, she didn't want to meet me up there.
Well, now she's very analytical. Obviously, she's a nurse, but sometimes too close to the forest for the trees. I don't think honey, it's Valentine's Day.
Yeah, she's like, she goes, I thought you were just being a big jerk about trying to change the itinerary on us. And I was like, no, I was just trying to set something up so you'd be surprised.
I warned Mrs. Skippy a long time ago that if I come up with something from out of the blue, if at all humanly possible, run with it. Just go with it. If I say, honey, meet me here, and said, just agree to it because, it could be inconvenient to you or it could be a surprise. But that aside, did she appreciate the effort you put into the set?
Oh, yeah.
Did you turn it around on her going, when she said, I thought you were being a jerk, did you say, no, there was only one jerk in this conversation, and it wasn't me?
I just told her she needs to slow down.
There you go. Well, actually, that's a good Valentine's present is to give sage advice. She's an awesome lady. I love Holly, but it's okay to take a breath every now and then.
She just gets really excited when someone's wound opens up all over her.
Well, I can see that. If I got sprayed with bodily fluids not my own, I would.
Good.
I get that. I too had a decent, very, very decent Valentine's Day. Yeah.
How was the inspector?
It was great. I got to play.
Did you take my advice?
I did not do the British accent. No, I did not do the British accent.
It was looking forward to that.
Well, when you come, buy a couple of tickets, I will do a British accent for you.
Well, I mean, you got to have the whole backstory.
Oh, I'll have the whole backstory.
I'm visiting from Liverpool.
Detective Inspector Tom.
How do you do a Liverpool accent? Aren't they more of like
Liverpool?
Liverpool,
yeah.
I'm Inspector from Liverpool.
There you go. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. I'm from Manchester.
So
I'm from Manchester, England.
And so, did you find the killer? Did someone get it right?
Yes. So someone actually guessed. So they
so
want
one person got it right.
Yeah, it's funny because near the end, the host comes out and tells everyone, okay, here's your forms, fill out who you think did it. It's not just who you think did it, but why.
Okay.
And the person who guesses closest to not only the killer, but why the killer did the killing, they win. And it was like a weekend stay at the DoubleTree, all expenses paid, and dinner. It's like a value up to like $150.
Well, it's funny you were saying this, and I want to show the folks over on Facebook. I found this thing. It reminded me a lot of what you do.
Oh, the mail you stuff a month. Yeah, serial killer of the month or something like that. I want to do that.
This is huntakiller.com.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently they send you a box of a mystery. And you get with your friends and you try to solve it.
Mm-hmm.
I've never done it.
I'm all about that.
So I saw that and I asked Holly. I was like, maybe we should get together and actually talk to our friends.
And just say,
And
just
not-
tell her,
and
let's get
not
together.
bowl.
Don't ask any questions. Just show up.
Or we can just do the we could do this while bowling. And I'm just kidding. We're not gonna do that.
There you go.
But no, I found that. I didn't know. It looked interesting.
Those are cool. I did tell you about many years ago. There was a game in the early days of computers and the internet called Majestic, and it's a
Yeah, I
big
played that.
conspiracy. Well, you could have the option to where they'd actually call you, or the game people would call your house with pre-recorded threats or clues and stuff like that. And I'm getting near the end of the game. I'm finding out, and so the pressure's on. And I had 2 phone lines at the time, and it was my business line that I'd given. Well, my wife at the time, who's now an ex-wife, I think we know why, phone rang, she picked it up and got this, you're getting to, we know who you are, we're coming to kill you. I come home, she's got the house barricaded.
This
She's
is
got
why we can't have nice
weapons.
things.
I know. I'm like, honey, why did you answer the phone? It's my phone. So
I'm surprised they didn't ask for your name first. Like
no, it's the second it picks up, because they also
they-
it's like a pre-recorded thing,
Oh,
like a spam call.
man, that's so cool.
So yeah, I love that game. It was really great, but yeah, scared the tar out of my.
But yeah,
ex-wife.
Hunter Killer. We should check it out.
Yeah, let's do that.
And then we should check out your dinner thing. It's $150 a ticket.
No. It's the tickets go as low as started like $59 and work their way
That
up.
includes a meal too, by the way.
Yeah, 4-course meal. There's a cash bar and the entertainment. I mean, think about it. $60 for a full dinner.
What I'll do is I'll bring like my sack of roofies, and I'll spread it around, and you gotta create some chaos in this little play.
Oh man, there was
Why are these
chaotic
people
last
passing
night.
out?
We actually had to keep an eye on people having under the table fun with each other
Because Valentine's Day?
Yeah, this has happened before. So we're under orders that the host is like, okay, if you see something going on, use this code phrase and I'll stop it. Because there have been situations like that, or you got to deal with drunk people who think they're part of the show. Like, oh no, I'm the real killer. Yeah, it's me. And it can mess up everything. So it's a lot of work. It's heavy improv.
Who's this guy with this fake Liverpool accent?
Yeah.
I'm Richard from Liverpool.
I'm Paul. Don't you know?
You know the actors at the table are like, who is this idiot? Who is this idiot
Well,
trying to?
Ordinarily, I usually play a talent agent from California as one of the characters. And
You do look like one of those sleuths.
well, I enjoy being the detective.
Did I say that word right?
Sleuth, yeah. Sleuth is a detective. And my co-detective was a guy named Robert Davenport, who's really awesome because he's done it a while, so he was able to help guide me through. But we had to really bounce off each other and come up with some jokes. And one of the jokes is we introduce each other. Please, everyone give it up to my partner, and you make up stuff about him. And it's Detective so-and-so. And then they say the same thing about you. And this is Detective so-and-so. And together we're such and such. And it's usually supposed to be a name like we had. Originally it was, I'm Detective Merrill. He's Detective Manson. And together we're Merrill and Manson. Yeah.
I like it.
But since it was Valentine's Day, we changed it to I was Detective Rome. And he was Detective Tick. And together we were romantic. And that's the kind of humor we're talking
I
about.
thought you were going to do the Valentine killings. The Valentine's Massacre?
The BTK killer.
Yeah. I thought you were going to do something like that.
Yeah, his daughter actually gave an interview the other day
Okay.
about growing up with your dad as a serial killer.
I mean, I bet she didn't know because she'd be in jail if she did.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So, all right. Speaking of jail, I want to talk about that Empire actor. I don't know if y'all have seen the saga
Not
play
looking
out,
too good.
and we're looking towards the end of it, folks. So he might have staged the whole thing, but that might be fake news. Who knows? You're listening to Maureen's Lone Star, irlonestar.com. Our partners today, we want to say special thanks to Bean Punk Coffee in Montgomery and in Conroe, downtown Conroe. Creative Content Creation, C3memories.com. Clean Sweep Office Cleaning.com. All your office cleaning needs, folks, right there. You've been listening to Lone Star Community Radio's Mornings with Lone Star. We will, I promise. I promise we'll be right back, guys.
Town blues, they are melting away.
Available in the Montgomery County area from Clean Sweep Office Cleaning, with scheduled cleaning services such as floor care, window care, trash collection, restroom disinfection, and stair and elevator cleaning. Clean Sweep can service a business one time or on a regular schedule, with daily, weekly, and monthly options. Clean Sweep Office Cleaning can be found online at cleansweepofficecleaning.com or by calling 832-689-7996. Clean Sweep Office Cleaning. Take back your time and let us make your office shine. Mornings with Lone Star is sponsored by Clean Sweep Office Cleaning.
Conroe Coffee is a local coffee shop located in the heart of downtown Conroe at 206 North Main Street, Conroe, Texas. Conroe Coffee serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner, along with other treats and coffee. For more information regarding store hours and delivery in downtown Conroe, Conroe Coffee is on Facebook or by telephone at 936-266-7632.
We would like to thank Conroe Coffee for being a supporter of Lone Star Community Radio and our morning sponsor with Mornings with Lone Star.
Our talk shows and music shows are looking for sponsors. Want to expand your brand awareness? Reach the hyper-local audience in Montgomery County? Lone Star Community Radio sponsorships accomplish this. Want to see our stats and rates? Check out irlonestar.com/sponsor for more information. Or call in and leave us a message at 936-647-3776.
An estimated 1 in 10 births will result in a neonatal intensive care stay, also known as the NICU. Overnight, a family can find themselves and their newborn baby in a critical situation. The Mila Foundation financially and spiritually assists families in need. If you would like to volunteer or become a monthly sponsor, please visit us at www.themilafoundation.org. Again, that's www.themilafoundation.org, because every life matters.
New York, New York. I want to wake up in that city that doesn't sleep and find I'm king of the hill.
All right, welcome back. Mornings Lone Star, 9:52, broadcasting live this February 15th in the LSCR studios.
In Overcast, downtown Conroe.
Yeah, let's do a little weather update for folks who are just now tuning in. 64 degrees outside, folks. Highs going to be 80, lows going to be 57. We're playing the new song New York because we wanted to talk about New York with Amazon pulling out. I wonder what the actual dialogue was.
Well,
Do you
it's
think
heating up over Twitter.
Well, yeah, because Twitter heats up over little things. Do you think it was a legit phone call, like, pull out, we're leaving? Or
Well, no contracts have been signed, so there was an announcement where, here's the thing, it was originally done under the table, where it's basically just a straightforward press release. Bezos said, hey, you know what, upon reflection, we're not doing New York. AOC...
was there a reason?
Oh, yeah, and this is why it's been kind of exploding. So the Democratic darling right now, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, or AOC, who's the one saying we're all going to be dead in 12 years because of climate change.
It's always something, right?
Yeah, again, it's always someone. This is the latest in a long stream on both sides of the aisle of just doomsayers. But this is the one, she co-sponsored the New Green Deal, which is, you know,
Right. Now,
$80
that's
trillion.
That's a whole nother discussion because I was a little late to that, and there was so much fluff or chaos going online, talking like fake documents. Oh, that's not really what it said, but it is. They deleted it.
Yeah.
And like I was kind of like, man, this is how the news. Is this how we're going to treat the
with
the
the
future
knee-jerk
of our
reactions.
government?
Yeah, knee-jerk reactions. But absolutely, things were said in the bill that were retracted. And
So that's legit.
oh yeah,
And I'm trusting you.
yes, no, absolutely. A guy was I can't remember who it was, but he was on the 60 Minutes and saying, "No, this is not what." It was Face the Nation. He's like, "No, that's just a Republican thing that they made up these fake documents." It turned out it was on their website. This is what we're going to do.
Okay.
About saying we want to get rid of air travel.
I
Period.
mean, that makes sense. Teleportation is going to be real.
Yeah, you know, because they said, you know, roads for everything with green cars. And of course, then the Hawaiian governor piped up, hello, remember us? Yeah, how are you going to drive to Hawaii?
You ride a boat.
So
A green boat.
But so
Let's talk about Amazon
I think
now.
AOC can kind of be termed as fringe. A fringe, not a candidate so much, but, you know.
Well, she's always. I will say that she's always speaking out.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that's necessarily a bad thing. Fringe is one of my favorite TV shows. But she's coming up with these plans that a lot of even the Democratic leadership is going, no, this is dumb. We don't want to do this. We don't want to add $80 trillion to this. You know, calm down. You've been here 6 days. You know, take a breath. And so I got to admire AOC's spunk. I really do. I don't agree with her politics, but I admire her spunk. Well, what happened was when Amazon pulled out, she took it as a personal victory that, yay, we got rid of corporate greed. Goodbye, kiss us on the way out. You know, was put out a big tweet about that, to which Jeff Bezos responded on behalf of Amazon going, it's certain politicians, and basically did everything but call her out by name, that made us leave. We just, kept on changing the terms of the deal till we're out of here. Bye. So it escalated. Well, then New York Mayor Bill de Blasio tweeted or went out saying, well, Amazon, they're basically a bunch of wussies. To make it New York, you got to be tough. So good riddance to them. At which point the governor of New York, Cuomo, these are all Democrats, by the way, was like, no, it's not what it, and was ripping on de Blasio and Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez for, you have just lost us 25,000 jobs with an average salary of $150,000 each. Because Cortez is going, oh, corporate greed, they were going to get $3 billion from the city of New York. And basic economic theory is like, no, there was tax incentives. They took that $3 billion they already had, and now they're going somewhere else. So nothing was stopped. We would have gotten, and so he's putting out the numbers going, we would have made so much money. And now we're the laughing stock.
Yeah.
Because, to lose Amazon.
So where are they going to go? Conroe, Texas?
Well, no, Amazon said, you know what? We don't need a headquarters. We're not going to shop a new one. We'll keep it the one. They're opening up a new distribution center, and then their HQ2 or H2, but they were going to actually move their headquarters to New York. And now they're like, screw it. We'll just stay here in Virginia. We're done. We're not even going to look anywhere else. And so losers
I feel
all
like
across.
this is all a ploy from the very beginning.
No, it was a.
They weren't really going to move it. They just wanted the publicity. They wanted to see.
No.
It's all fake. Conspiracy theory.
I
Prove
disagree.
me wrong.
Yeah, huh? Yeah, right. Prove me wrong. So
Do you have Jeff's phone number?
I do. I talked to Jeff.
I know
yesterday.
his mistress's boyfriend does, or mistress's brother does.
Yeah, right. He's the one that sent out the leaked the
Isn't
text.
that wonderful? Isn't that wonderful?
Yeah, when you can't trust your own sibling.
I always wish I was a fly on the wall for that conversation. National Enquirer, I got pictures. Oh, really? Pictures of what? Oh,
Yeah, my sister. Yeah, that's wrong.
My sister.
That's just wrong on 18 different levels.
There's another thing that's really weird to me. I saw a headline. If I didn't read it correctly, let me see if I can find it real quick. It was about that Michael Avenatti lawyer.
Avenatti.
It says Michael Avenatti, R. Kelly seen having sex with underage girl, a newly uncovered video.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking, is like, so this guy sat there and watched it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, isn't that kind of odd?
Oh, someone came to him and said, "Hey, this is what we found."
I know, but to me, that's just one of those things. Like, oh, we got to prove what it is.
Well, it
You're
reminds
like,
me of the old televangelist back in the 80s when they would be calling out various books. Reading this book corrupts you. We must burn this book or ban this book because the simple fact of reading it will corrupt you. And the question is, well, how do you know this? Well, I read it. Then aren't you corrupted? So we can't trust what you have to say. So.
Well, no, one thing I wanted to talk about, we kind of teased, was that that story about that Empire actor said he was assaulted in Chicago, and then he said he was assaulted by Trump supporters in MAGA hats, and there was a noose, there was bleach being thrown on him, and all this kind of crazy stuff. Crazy stuff.
When it goes so overboard like that, immediately my radar goes up. Was it Tawana Bradley and others that there have been? I was kidnapped.
Yeah. I mean, there are all sorts of false flags.
Because it's now coming out that possibly.
Yeah, now it's coming out that the people of interest were actually, because one thing that a lot of people don't really realize in the story was Chicago is really cold right now, and there's cameras everywhere to where they were. And so they were talking that where at night, 2 a.m. when it happened, it was something like 20 degrees outside. And so now a lot of people are out just wandering around. So when you see somebody on camera around that time, that's a person of interest because they could have been it. Well, it turns out the people who were on the video, people of interest, worked on the show Empire with them. So now they're trying to connect the dots, saying, like, were they the ones who did it to him? Or was it a setup? Or was this something that maybe they know who did it?
I think, well, right off the bat, it's more than what meets the eye. Even if the word face value is really odd and people need to be stopped. It'd be interesting to see. Obviously I don't want to do a knee-jerk reaction on this and say, yeah, the guy faked it. But, like I said, my radar did go up when someone says, oh, I was kidnapped for no readily apparent reason, and they shaved my head, or they put shaving cream on my chest.
Well,
and-
like even the conspiracy theories out there, they went down to the science of it because he said he was poured bleach all over him. That's what it was all over him. Well, apparently bleach freezes at 20 degrees or something like that, 19 degrees. So
he would have.
So that's one person's conspiracy
Dude,
theory.
don't you watch CSI? You should know these things. Google it, man. If you're gonna.
But what I'm interested in is the final outcome. Like, where do you from your opinion, seeing the stories, do you think he made it all up, or do you think he was confused? Because I mean, come on, when you're attacked, you don't really know what's going on, 100%.
Well, I mean, right now I'm trying to keep an open enough mind to say it could have actually happened exactly as he said it.
Yeah.
The world is a funky place. I am.
Well, he became suspicious in my mind when he wouldn't turn over his phone.
True, but that's not, and I agree with you,
Because-
but that's not an admission of guilt.
No, but I mean, like when you're trying to solve the issue because he wanted them found.
Yeah, but if he has kiddie porn on, he's not. So there can be 42
Well, I
reasons.
I get that, but I mean, when that just seems suspicious because apparently he was on the phone during the attack to his producer, or, one of his buddies, because his producer buddy was basically saying, "Yeah, I heard it too over the phone." So they were trying to do a timeline, like when did this really happen? How long was the conversation? So we know how long the attack was and stuff like that. But yeah, that's when I kind of raised an eyebrow and like, oh, okay, well that's what they're doing. So what do you think in your gut? What's your gut telling you?
Well, my my gut says let's wait to see what comes out with evidence and proof. My personal stance is that it's more than what meets the eye.
Yeah.
And that I think he was probably, this is again my personal thought, I would lean towards he's kind of self implication. And I'd love to be proven wrong. This sounds horrible, but I'd love for it to have been an attack that they catch bad guys and stop them from doing it to anyone else. Because when someone does this to themselves,
What do you think? Well, let's take a step back though. Let me ask you this question. Regardless of the specifics, one thing that I liked was the Twitter world and all those important people who are government leaders, other famous people were making comments about this, about the craziness of it, how vulgar this is to them, and all this kind of stuff. So when does it come to the point where, like, say it's fake? What about those rest of the people who were making those comments, saying like they should, MAGA people are horrible, that kind of thing? Do you see that having an effect on people's perception of these folks?
I think with every story that it comes out that is proven to be falsely presented in some way, shape, or form, meaning
I feel like this
either
is
the
happening a lot
perpetrator or
more.
the thing about going back briefly to the New York thing, traditionally liberal outlets like the New York Post or the Times, they're ripping on de Blasio, the mayor, saying, you just screwed us out of a lot of money because, we got potholes, we got traffic, we got infrastructure's falling apart. This money would have helped us. And I think so party lines are breaking down. I don't care if AOC was Republican or Democrat. Like I said, I got to admire her spunk.
Well, there's a reality of the situation, and then there's what we want people to believe of that reality.
Right. Now,
And clearly, New York. I mean, I don't really understand the whole tax break thing in the sense of like, is it?
There's incentives.
I know, but has it ever been to the point where it is that abusive? It is unfair.
I'm sure it is, but here's the thing: 25,000 new jobs.
To me, no matter what, 25,000.
Think of the spending power.
You can't really put a value on that. That's crucial.
You think of the spending power, the cred. We are the home of Amazon. Think about where it could have gone. And I think it was the victory lap that AOC took, going, we got rid of the corporate greed. I mean, she's actually saying this. And fellow Democrats going, no, first off, there was no corporate greed, but even if there were, it's just gone somewhere else. You didn't stop anything. You just stopped us from making a lot of money. And here's the thing, AOC has her undergrad in economic theory, but keeps on coming up with evidence that she doesn't have a grasp of it with money back and forth. Or seeming foreign affairs or even government with the
But
three
I just
chambers.
don't see the votes being there for that kind of thinking outside of her district.
Well, that's what I'm saying. She's a congresswoman for a congressional district, which is not huge.
Yeah.
It can be pretty dinky. It's based on population. And that's why, our congressman, there's a lot of, because of the number of people, there's a lot of acreage that Kevin Brady
He's got to cover.
covers, whereas it's very small. So to speak for all of New York, that's where people.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That kind of talk, it's going to get to the point where it's you can't get rid of it because you put it on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and it's different from 50 years ago.
Well, there's a lot of blowback happening on this one, on both sides.
Yeah.
And
I love Twitter, man.
Yeah.
Never forget.
But hey, if you're listening, sign off. Do you think it was? I mean, the deal had issues anyways. It wasn't a perfect deal. They could have, and anyone could have left at any given time until the contracts were signed. So I'm not saying it's all this person's fault or that person's fault, but I don't think it helped. But what do you think? Let us know. Chime in on the conversation.
You're listening to Mornings Lone Star. We got to take our break, our top of the hour break. We'll be back after this.
I want to wake up in that city that doesn't sleep.
Business office cleaning is available in the Montgomery County area from Clean Sweep Office Cleaning, with scheduled cleaning services such as floor care, window care, trash collection, restroom disinfection, and stair and elevator cleaning. Clean Sweep can service a business one time or on a regular schedule, with daily, weekly, and monthly options. Clean Sweep Office Cleaning can be found online at cleansweepofficecleaning.com or by calling 832-689-7996. Clean Sweep Office Cleaning. Take back your time and let us make your office shine. Mornings with Lone Star is sponsored by Clean Sweep Office Cleaning.
Conroe Coffee is a local coffee shop located in the heart of downtown Conroe at 206 North Main Street, Conroe, Texas. Conroe Coffee serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner, along with other treats and coffee. For more information regarding store hours and delivery in downtown Conroe, Conroe Coffee is on Facebook or by telephone at 936-266-7632.
We would like to thank Conroe Coffee for being a supporter of Lone Star Community Radio and our morning sponsor with Mornings with Lone Star.
Hey guys, this is Connor.
This is Dick.
This is Chris. And we're with the Ticket Stub Podcast every Thursday live at noon on 104.5 and 106.1 FM in the Conroe area. Also, anytime at irlonestar.com. You go to irlonestar.com/TTS. You can find all of our social media.
And don't forget, we give away 2 tickets to the Grand Theater on every show.
If you like movies and you like complaining or celebrating anything that has to do with the silver screen, check out the Ticket Stub Podcast and join us every Thursday at noon o'clock on Lone Star Community Radio.
What is homelessness? Have you seen parents struggle to find a job without having transportation or childcare? What about the children sleeping in cars with nothing to eat? Families shouldn't have to struggle to survive, and children should not be homeless. Family Promise of Montgomery County serves the needs of homeless families and their children. Learn about ways you can help and learn about partnership opportunities at www.familypromiseofmc.org or call our day center at 936-441-8778.
Lone Star Community Radio is ready for the summer. If you or anyone you know is looking for a summer internship, Lone Star Community Radio is a great place to learn the radio and TV business. Contact the station at info@irlonestar.com or call the station's message line at 936-647-3776. Lone Star Community Radio offers a great opportunity to those interested in learning about the radio world.
All right, welcome back, Mornings Lone Star.
Eddie Money.
Yeah.
I like me some Eddie Money. I think my wife's got a crush on him.
I don't doubt it.
I'm good with that.
He's in that show Californication. Out of control.
Oh, is that the one with David Duchovny?
Yeah, he's out of control in it.
Really?
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Yeah, I gotta look into that.
But welcome back, Mornings Lone Star. Broadcasting on Condos FM 104.5, 106.1, and worldwide on Facebook.com/MW Lone Star. We're here. We got another hour. We're talking about Amazon leaving New York and also that Empire actor who...
So now, what exactly did he say happened to him? He got kidnapped?
From what I understood is he was assaulted and they put a noose around him and poured bleach on him.
Did he say they were all white? Because
Yes.
he's an African-American actor.
They said that it was white folks wearing Trump hats.
Okay. earlier you'd said, well, I want to take this back a little bit. So Reverend Al Sharpton
Yeah.
pretty much got his start in the global arena with the Tawana Brawley case, which is a 15-year-old girl who said that she was almost the same thing. She was kidnapped by white guys, raped. They poured bleach on her. They wrote stuff on her, slurs on her. And so when this was a news thing, Reverend Al Sharpton took her under his wing and accused the governor of being the mayor being racist and the DA being racist. A lot of race baiting going on. And then of course it turned out, it turned out that she made up the whole thing to avoid a beating by her father because she'd stayed out late. But the damage was done. Lives were ruined. And he now has a global stage for representing someone who flat out made up a lie and caused some substantial racial tensions as a result. And I believe personally some racial tensions still exist because of some of the Al Sharptons of the world. You know, without racism, he wouldn't exist. He wouldn't have a reason to be. So you got to keep it going. And that's so true on so many levels, without, yeah, that covers a lot of stuff that you have to justify your existence by kind of promoting the reasons for you needing to be there.
Well, I'm looking at Wikipedia of her. Apparently, she lives in Virginia under a new name.
Right. She's a nurse.
And she still claims it did happen.
Well, there was a 6,000-page report came out and witnesses that said it didn't and all the forensic evidence.
No, I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's why they say reasonable doubt and so that's what I was saying. I was wanting to clarify. I hope that this guy, this Empire actor, I would rather have him been kidnapped by poopy heads wearing MAGA hats and doing these things to him than for him to make it up. For him to make it up and cause more additional racial strife and partisan strife for his own personal reasons. I know it sounds perverted, but I would rather Tawana Brawley that those things have actually happened to her, except the rape, of course, or the actual physical things, than for someone to make that up. Because look at the damage that was done as a result. And so this guy is just a pale reflection of that. And others have done it too. You know, the other end of the spectrum, Morton Downey Jr., who actually helped Al Sharpton get his start by getting him on the Morton Downey Jr. show. And Morton Downey Jr. was a rabid conservative. And he, too, did the same thing after basically eviscerating Tawana Brawley. He himself staged his own attack because he was a few years later, because he was desperate for waning attention.
Well, that was the theory of this current Empire actor he was apparently not doing well on the show or something. But
yeah,
that's also
getting written out.
Really knows.
And that's what I'm saying. You know, what does my gut say? My gut says he made it up, but I have no evidence whatsoever. This dark part of me hopes that he's not making it up, because I'd rather have bad guys get caught than to think someone is so desperate for attention that they will actively ruin lives. Lives were ruined in the Tawana Brawley case, because once you have racist stapled to your forehead, it ain't coming off.
Yeah.
Ever. So I just wanted to button that topic.
Well, what I'm interested in is the way the Al Sharpton and the Brawley case, if it existed today, because of the social media and sharing and finding the truth, because it's so easy to put out misinformation, but it's also really easy to find the truth, just because I always felt like in investigations, a lot of the times, and if you know any officers, I'd love to know like the stats on this. It's just dumb luck that they find the lead.
Oh, so
and it's just
many.
like, oh, hey, by the way, there's a Subway across the street, and they have a camera, so maybe we should look into that. Dumb luck.
So many, was Zodiac killer, or so many serial killers caught by having a bad brake light. But it's gone the other way. I remember a couple of years ago in Houston, there was a murder that happened, and there's a guy who was a person of interest, and they arrested him. And he's like, I wasn't there. I swear, doing the whole thing. I didn't do it. They're like, yeah, what's your alibi? And he's like, I was in this other town, and I was getting gas around, and they actually found surveillance footage of him at a gas station pumping gas, which proved his innocence.
Mm-hmm.
And think about it, it would have been so easy. Without that, he was like, obviously the cops wanted him.
Yeah.
And he could have gone to jail or worse because of that. So it's nice to have, I'm not for Big Brother sake, but I'm for surveillance cameras.
Well, speaking of like big cases, what's going on with this McCabe thing?
Okay, McCabe.
He had an interview.
Andrew McCabe. Well, he's pimping a book. He's the latest one to write a book.
Great.
And problem is
That's pretty fast
he kind of put his foot in it.
because he got fired last year, right?
Yeah, Omarosa wrote her book and she got fired after he did. So you know.
Well, I mean, like I'm trying to think of the timeline of writing the book. How long does it take you to write a book?
Well, he didn't write it. Basically, he's just telling notes to a ghostwriter, and the
Okay.
ghostwriter's writing.
Nice.
And that's how it goes. I mean, most biographies.
So he wrote a book, and now he's doing a PR press thing.
Right, and he's kind of put his
truth.
foot in it. Well, here's the thing. It's ironic.
I'm
that,
waiting for one guy to come out and be like, "Hey, I wrote a book because I was best friends with the president. And I made it all up."
You're
just-
right. Well, that's going to happen. It's funny. You know that the motto of the Central Intelligence Agency is "The truth shall set you free."
Okay.
That's their actual credo. But truth, the truth will set you free, and that's the problem with Andrew McCabe's truth. Kind of put his foot in it. What he said was that after his boss was fired.
His boss will be.
Yeah, right. After when Rob Rosenstein's boss was okay.
There's too many people in this.
Yeah, I'm trying to make this.
The only reason I brought it up. 'cause
There was a
it
period of
seemed-
time.
It seemed like there were conflict. They were yelling at each other.
Okay, there was Trump fired FBI boss.
Who's that?
Um.
Like fired. Like
Oh
full
God,
out pink slip.
I know, and I've
Is it
lost the
Comey?
name.
Not
Yeah,
Comey.
yeah,
Is it
Comey. God, my God, James Comey. Thank you.
So he got fired.
Uh-huh.
Full out, like he went in his locker, it had a pink slip in it.
Right.
Too bad.
So what?
See you later.
And 8 days later, the Mueller investigation began.
Okay. So between those 8 days, something happened.
Yeah, and McCabe is saying that in that time period, he met with Rod Rosenstein, who was Jeff Sessions was head of the FBI, Justice Department.
Yeah.
And he recused himself from this whole Russia collusion investigation because he's like, there could be conflict of interest because I know Trump. And so he gave it to Rod Rosenstein. Rod Rosenstein, Andrew McCabe, and some other senior officials of the FBI and DOJ got together in this 8-day period. And now McCabe is saying that they were talking about invoking the 25th Amendment to get Trump out of office. And
So this is true.
yes,
So
this
it's
is what
like-
he said.
That's like a coup.
Well, now,
Is
but
it a
Rosenstein's
coup?
going, no, it isn't. Yeah, it's a coup d'etat
Okay.
is what this
That's
is.
a fancy word. I like
Yeah,
it.
coup d'etat. It means a coup of the state. And here's the thing. The 25th Amendment was basically written because Taft had pneummonia or a stroke, and they were afraid he was going to die. And they're like, well, what happens if, assassinations are happening?
I was like, there's a Taft? He's back?
no,
What are you talking about?
no,
You're
William
talking about
Taft.
the president.
Yeah, President Taft
Yeah.
had a stroke. They're like, wait, he survived this one, but what if he's incapacitated? There has to be a
And
constitutional
now
remedy
we
to get him out.
A Keith Sutherland TV show. Wonderful.
Right. Well, actually, that's not the 25th Amendment.
Oh, man.
But in The West Wing, there was a bit where the president's daughter's kidnapped, and he has to step down.
And John Goodman played the
Speaker of the House.
Yeah, sitting president.
There was no vice president, and he's Speaker of the House, so he gets elevated to presidency. And that's what that's for. You don't use it to remove a sitting president because you don't like how the election went, which is, for all intents and purposes, how this went down. And so they discussed it, and then days later, the Mueller investigation begins. So that is not looking good at all. They're like, because he's saying, yeah, we discussed, Rosenstein offered to wear a wire to a meeting with Trump to try and get incriminating evidence on him so we could invoke the 25th Amendment. Now, Rosenstein's going, no, I didn't. No.
So
If McCabe
overall,
is telling the truth.
So this is just selling a book.
Yeah.
That's what I'm feeling.
But if McCabe is telling the truth, no, it goes way beyond that.
But no one's going to do anything about it.
Well, no, this is something. If it's proven, because now McCabe and Rosenstein are under probably
how
going to
can
be
you
in
prove that?
subpoena soon, and documents will be.
So what's going to end up happening? You think?
Well, it depends. It depends where it goes. If that's the case, that was an attempted coup d'état. They may as well try to assassinate the president at that point. And here's the thing, that takes us into dangerous waters. I don't like how this election turned out, so I want to illegally remove.
But that always happens. So that kind of conversation, I feel like, happens every time someone gets elected in any position.
Yeah,
There's
but
always
not with
there's
the de
always a
facto
loser.
head of the Department of Justice.
Well, yeah,
not with people who could
sometimes-
actually make it happen. And as a result, just think days later, the Mueller investigation began to say basically find something. If we remember, because these people, Rosenstein signed off on the FISA warrant, the last FISA renewal. He knew that the Steele dossier had been paid for by the Clinton campaign, yet he still signed that to the FISA judge and did not tell the FISA judge about the
Well, I
origins
don't
of
think the public
document.
really cares. Like, it's already confusing, and it sounds like
It is confusing, but
It sounds like that's something that really did happen, and enough to where someone needs to be in trouble. But
okay, here's the thing:
who's going to invoke? Who's the authority?
instead
figure?
of an investigation, let's say someone shot at Trump.
Okay.
Okay, an assassination attempt.
Okay.
And then an investigation starts up to find out, who did it. And then you find out that the people who started that investigation were the ones behind. They had been talking days before about, we got to get rid of this guy. Why don't we
That's a
shoot
Tom
him?
Clancy novel, right?
That's what I'm saying. So I'll put it in Tom Clancy terms.
Yeah.
Instead of saying Russia bots or whatever, let's say an assassination attempt. Well, now it's suddenly sexy. It's newsworthy.
Yeah, but who's the authority figure in this, though?
What do you
Like,
mean?
who's going to be the one actually going, hey, they did something wrong, give this to the sheriff? Like, who's the sheriff? Who's actually going to do anything?
There should be a congressional subpoena. If this is the case, and if stuff's proven that it includes lying to Congress.
So you're saying like 10 years from now,
Nope.
they'll
No.
do something about it?
Nope. It'll have to happen before the next presidential election, which is already gearing up. It'll have to happen before then. You can't have this hanging. Well, here's the thing. Or if it is hanging over, no one's going to trust the McCabe's, the Department of Justice. Mueller before. Think about it. What if this investigation is still going, the Mueller investigation, when Trump is actively running for re-election? People will go, okay, it's been 4 years essentially, as far as people, you've had a whole term and you haven't found anything, so no one's going to believe it. So one way or the other, before the election, it's got to happen.
Okay.
Keep an eye out on this. I know it's confusing people, and there's no one side to this, and there are no angels in this scenario. There
But
are
no
no
one
good
cares.
guys.
No one cares.
I care.
Well,
And I care enough for the both of us, Dick.
all right, Kevin Brady. Be like, I care.
You're going to write the
I
chairman of Ways and Means?
I think he'll care.
Well, he cares about getting Democrats out of office.
So, you're listening to Mornings Lone Star, folks. Don't forget, we already have our winner for today's tickets to 42nd Street, but we still have next week's to give away. The balcony seats, balcony tickets for next week are available. Feel free to message us on social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and then we also have our, irlonestar.com. It's right there on the screen on Facebook Live. So just contact us, and we'll be entering your name. And good luck. We'll be right back. We still got a good portion of the show left. You're listening to
Yay.
Mornings Lone Star.
Conroe Coffee is a local coffee shop located in the heart of downtown Conroe at 206 North Main Street, Conroe, Texas. Conroe Coffee serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner, along with other treats and coffee. For more information regarding store hours and delivery in downtown Conroe, Conroe Coffee is on Facebook or by telephone at 936-266-7632.
We would like to thank Conroe Coffee for being a supporter of Lone Star Community Radio and our morning sponsor with Mornings with Lone Star.
Business office cleaning is available in the Montgomery County area from Clean Sweep Office Cleaning, with scheduled cleaning services such as floor care, window care, trash collection, restroom disinfection, and stair and elevator cleaning. Clean Sweep can service a business one time or on a regular schedule, with daily, weekly, and monthly options. Clean Sweep Office Cleaning can be found online at cleansweepofficecleaning.com or by calling 832-689-7996. Clean Sweep Office Cleaning. Take back your time and let us make your office shine. Mornings with Lone Star is sponsored by Clean Sweep Office Cleaning.
Lone Star Community Radio is looking for those who are interested in hosting their own talk show. With monthly and weekly slots available on Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1, and on irlonestar.com. Start your own podcast, create your first YouTube channel, and be on TV. Contact Lone Star Community Radio online at irlonestar.com or call the message line at 936-647-3776 to take your first step into the radio world.
We have the safest food supply in the world. Strict laws and regulations restrict the usage of hormones, antibiotics, and pesticides within our food supply. Production agriculture practices and technologies such as the use of GMOs, which is not any more or less risky than conventional crop production, has allowed American farmers to produce more food on less acres in environmentally sound ways. Find out more online at pathtotheplate.tamu.edu. We are Texas A&M AgriLife Extension, helping Texans make lives better.
Listen in Mondays at noon to hear Conroe news from local nonprofits, businesses, upcoming events, Conroe Park events, news stories, and information that matters to you with your host, Margie Taylor of Taylorized PR. For more information about being a guest, visit irlonestar.com/Conroe Culture.
All right, we're back. Morning's Lone Star, irlonestar.com. Thanks for sticking around. We're here till 11 o'clock. We also have other shows today.
What?
So if you're interested, the Extension Hour, they're back, and also has cool stuff. One thing I wanted to ask you is, you have a dog.
Is this the lighter topic? We've been kind of like
yeah, it's a
dark
lighter topic.
topics.
So,
Okay.
so Tesla released a video. They now have a new mode in their car called dog mode, or dog something mode, where you
Okay.
can leave the dog in the car.
Oh, and it like lets people know.
Well, does it really though?
I think it like shows the interior temperature of the car and saying,
What,
you know, we're
but
okay.
Still, do you think people look at the dashboard?
Well, before you go shattering a window.
Well, I
with a
think
crowbar.
I don't think people are going to care. They see a dog in a car.
True. Well, my thought, and I saw this, and I had a friend who's a dog lover who just in all caps right, or just don't take your dog in the car. Now, here's the thing. Sometimes you gotta. Sometimes dogs want to go in the car, right? And they tear up the house if you don't. And you're running in the store for 20 seconds. You know, as long as the temperatures are livable or even comfortable and there's air.
Well, my guess is, since there's not an engine and a sense of noise
Mhm.
from a Tesla, that's why people get worried. Because, I mean, if you walk by a car and the car is running and the dogs are inside, are you worried?
I'm worried someone's going to steal the car, but I'm not worried for the dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
no, I get it. It's the lack of engine sound that would. But here's the thing: people just don't walk around with crowbars looking for dogs in cars so they can smash.
No,
the
they
window.
do. You go to Walmart and you see them all the time. Maybe they're not trying to save dogs, but they're trying to do something.
Yeah, right. Well, what's the point? They're going to smash the window anyways. But yeah, it's I'm all for Tesla doing that because they're recognizing, okay, there is a situation, and we are in a society now where we're concerned enough about someone smashing your window or reporting you to the cops that we need to actually add a feature to our car to stymie it. No, I think I personally no harm, no foul on that. And if someone, you know, if you have your dog in the car and someone wants to write an Instagram on your windshield, let them.
Yeah.
You know.
I don't know. I want to get a dash camera.
Yeah, oh gosh,
I wanna
so
get
do
one of
I.
those.
There have been too many things that, happening that I usually have my phone up on I have a holder. So when I look at the like GPS program or something, I kind of put it there. And I know that all I got to do is hit a couple of buttons and it'll record through the dash. But I know it'll always be too late if I do that. I need to get one of those self-running dash cams because I'm telling you, I've just seen too many wacky things out there. And you've seen those memes where people setting up the fake, you know, they'll run backwards into your car and just like that guy who proved his innocence by having a, you know, surveillance camera at the stop and go in Cleveland, Texas. The same thing, you know, without that dash cam, you're on the hook.
Honestly, I'm surprised that's not already in cars.
It will be soon enough. Now, you know what I think will be coming soon enough? And I thought I wanted to patent it, but apparently it's not patentable. Some kind of reader, like put in your back windshield or on the roof of your car, where it'll have messages. So like the person behind you, you can hit, you know, your preset and it's turn off your brights, idiots, or get off my tail, or your headlight, you know, or even helpful stuff. Your headlight is out, cop ahead, you know, something like that. But just have a little
Well, haven't
marquee
you seen
reader
those cars that have automatic turn off on brights?
Yeah, I've seen those, but
I don't know if they're like 100% accurate every time.
yeah, because
But no, I really am surprised that they haven't installed a dash cameras for cars because
it's
they-
next.
I mean, that to me is a huge feature.
Well, you've seen they got camera. I'm trying to figure out how they have those cameras where you can actually see down from the roof of your car, like your bird's eye view, and you see the top of your car. I guess it's like a fisheye lens and from the 360s, and it kind of composites it. I don't know how they do that. It looks interesting, but they have literally cameras where you can see all around your car now.
Creepy.
So
It's
what's
so
next is
creepy.
the dash cam.
Well, I mean, I think that should have gone a long time ago. Happened a long time ago.
I agree. You were sage, my young friend.
So that'd be interesting because a lot of people now are installing their own like home security systems, and like the Ring technology is really interesting
Mhm.
because of the package thieves and all that kind of stuff. I know one of my close friends had an issue and he felt his didn't feel safe in his home, so he installed it and he saw people running in his backyard and stuff like that.
Mhm.
And it sends him a text when a motion goes off.
Yeah.
So, and it's pretty neat. Like he literally, because that's how he let me into the house, because he saw me.
I once had I have a different home security system, but this one I had was really cool that you had the cameras on your phone. I could unlock the door. You know, someone could, everything but the doorbell. But yeah, I can unlock my door remotely if need be. I've got the touchpad with the code. And that's handy. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Good technology. Technology good.
And yeah. So any other news you want to talk about?
Well, I'm trying to keep it light and fluffy for those. It's at 10:30 now, so we got about half an hour.
I also want to remind folks that the parade is this weekend. The Go Texan Parade is the unofficial start to the Houston, Texas Livestock Rodeo.
Now, while you say that, I'm going to look up my calendar for tomorrow. Okay, that's in the morning that goes down, right? Because I always get stuck behind these yahoos. I mean, like, oh, you know what? I got nothing, and I mean nothing on my calendar for tomorrow. This is like a miracle in and of itself. I have nothing planned. Now, I got work to do, but I mean, I have no meetings, no rehearsals, no shows. So, for the first time in living memory, I'm going to avoid getting caught behind those horse pooping, cattle smelling, parade Go Texan yahoos that I always get stuck behind.
Yeah.
I'm going to enjoy that.
But I encourage your families to come. I'm still trying to find the detailed information. It starts at 1 p.m. in downtown Conroe. So feel free to stop by the studio, go to Carly's Mercantile, check it out.
No, so these aren't the trail riders, right? This is just a local parade. And I can handle that. I may come out for that. But it's the trail riders that I always get stuck behind.
Yeah. Well, there's ways to get around town.
Yeah.
But you can find more information on conroe.org. I found it on Facebook. They have an event.
And you said that Lone Star will be broadcasting.
Yeah, we're going to try to set up cameras, and they're going to give me one of the books that you can say, hey, this is who this is. And I've never done that, so I'm going to try that out.
Oh, Lord. Okay, I'm going to get that book. I'm going to rearrange the pages on you.
But someone's cleaning up that poop, I hope.
Is that right? The seedy side of the downside of Parks and Recreation Department.
And
they got to shovel it up.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Well, I think that's the end of the show, isn't it? You're not helping me at all.
Let's come up with something else. Hey, if you're listeners, give us a topic here to talk about. Like, we talk about some serious stuff, trying to fluff it up a bit. But what's on your mind? Let me get to my Facebook and see if there are any comments that we can go with. What you got, Dick?
I already gave you everything I had today.
You got everything, huh? Well, we have listeners, but they're just quiet.
That's what it is.
Let's take a break, and we will determine our final
if
topic.
We come back,
of the day.
we come back. We'll be right back.
Business office cleaning is available in the Montgomery County area from Clean Sweep Office Cleaning, with scheduled cleaning services such as floor care, window care, trash collection, restroom disinfection, and stair and elevator cleaning. Clean Sweep can service a business one time or on a regular schedule, with daily, weekly, and monthly options. Clean Sweep Office Cleaning can be found online at cleansweepofficecleaning.com or by calling 832-689-7996. Clean Sweep Office Cleaning. Take back your time and let us make your office shine. Mornings with Lone Star is sponsored by Clean Sweep Office Cleaning.
Conroe Coffee is a local coffee shop located in the heart of downtown Conroe at 206 North Main Street, Conroe, Texas. Conroe Coffee serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner, along with other treats and coffee. For more information regarding store hours and delivery in downtown Conroe, Conroe Coffee is on Facebook or by telephone at 936-266-7632.
We would like to thank Conroe Coffee for being a supporter of Lone Star Community Radio and our morning sponsor with Mornings with Lone Star.
Did you know there are more than 790 abused and neglected children currently in foster care in Montgomery County? Will you help make a difference? I'm Allie Stevens with Casa Child Advocates of Montgomery County. We train and support volunteers to be the voice of children in the foster care system. Kids are removed from their home because of abuse and neglect, and we need volunteers just like you to advocate for these children. To learn more about becoming an advocate, please visit CasaSpeaksForKids.com. That's CasaSpeaksForKids.com.
A Lone Star Community Radio is looking for those who are interested in hosting their own talk show with monthly and weekly slots available on Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1, and on irlonestar.com. Start your own podcast, create your first YouTube channel, and be on TV. Contact Lone Star Community Radio online at irlonestar.com or call the station message line at 936-647-3776 to take your first step into the radio world.
Hispanic Chamber Connections with Dr. Carlos Sanchez, President of the Woodlands Conroe Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, featuring event announcements, member highlights, and more. Tuesdays at 1 p.m., broadcasting from the heart of Conroe, Texas on irlonestar.com and Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1.
Statistics show that 1 out of every 6 Texans struggles with food insecurity and hunger. And many people don't eat enough fruits and vegetables every day. The Better Living for Texans program is here to help you learn how to make healthy menu choices, save money at the grocery store, prepare quick and delicious meals, get more good nutrition in your day, and get more physical activity. Classes are fun, friendly, interactive, and free, and taught in English and Spanish. We are Texas A&M AgriLife Extension, helping Texans make their lives better.
Lone Star Community Radio is Montgomery County's radio station with talk, music, weather, and traffic for Montgomery County. Have a question, comment about one of our shows? Want to know how to reach a host? Just contact the station on irlonestar.com or call in and leave a message at 936-647-3776. Get involved with your community with Lone Star Community Radio.
Welcome back. Morning's Lone Star with Dick and Skippy, 10:36 on the dot on this Friday, the Ides of February. Well, actually, I guess technically it's the 14th because they're only 28 days. But you know what I'm talking about. So we're past the hump in February already. We're closer to March than we are January now. This is just staggering. Hey, something we can talk about. People are going, like, really getting emotionally involved with the fact that the Mars Explorer finally died.
Wasn't that like 15 years ago?
No, it just happened. It was...
no, I mean, when did they shoot it out over there?
Oh, yeah, it was a long time ago. And the last transmission it sent was, my battery's failing and it's getting dark. And people are like crying over this. I mean, it's like WALL-E. Remember at the end of WALL-E when he's rebooted and you think he's lost all his emotions and you cry? It kind of like that. And because it made me think, I just realized something. There are now more robots on different planets than humans.
Yeah.
Think about it.
Well, where's the AI? Is the AI over there?
Well, I'm just saying, man, this is V'ger talk here. It's we've got robots on Mars and Earth, so that's actually doubled the amount of robots on different planets than humans. That's why humans need to be next to go. We need to go to Mars, man. It's next.
I mean,
It's next, man. On the West Wing, there was this great thing that Rob Lowe gave about someone saying, "Why do we need to go to Mars?" Because it's next. Because we discovered fire, and then we walked down the mountain and we saw the ocean. We built a boat.
Why Mars though?
Because it's the closest one where we could actually establish a base there.
How?
Didn't you watch the series Mars?
Well, I know, I get it, but I mean, like, it's like halfway. It's not like an Earth.
True, you have to adapt, but think about
you have to have oxygen, and there's not oxygen there.
True, but you know what?
Why can't we just go anywhere then?
Because
if
you
we're
can
already going to a planet that doesn't have oxygen.
When I say the word exploit, I mean that in the best way possible. You can exploit the resources on Mars. Think about the materials that are there.
No, I get it for like coming back and forth, but not like living on Mars.
Well, it's a colony. Most colonies are dangerous, and you have to adapt to it. And we are colonists as humans. And think about it. Just we drill for oil, or in conditions that are worse than Martian conditions, with no oxygen and more danger, and actual predators that want to kill you. So it's actually more dangerous to deep drill than it is to drill on Mars. I really think we should go there. What do you? Yes.
I'm not saying no.
Mhm.
I'm just the way
Would you go?
the way you present it
Would you go?
to people. It's like it's not. This isn't another home. You can like a secondary home. kind of thing.
I got to talk about. So National Geographic had the series that just ran the second season called Mars.
Would I go? Yeah, I want to see space. That's kind of cool.
hmm
I mean,
Well, you can do the spend a few $1,000 and do the Virgin Atlantic, go up to space for a few minutes flight if you want.
But do we break the hemisphere? Or
yeah,
do
you
we
get
break the-
you gravity, you get a float in space, but it's only for a little bit. Yeah, within a few years, it'll be the new iFly.
Okay. So that to me is cool. But I mean, if you're talking, if I was a corporation, I had all that money, like if I was Tesla or whatever that guy's name is, I mean, sure, that'd be kind of cool to discover the new materials and
There we go. Hey, so here's a topic there, and the listeners kind of reminded me about this one. Right now, the Methodist Church is trying to decide how to address LGBTQ issue. Lesbian, gay,
Yeah.
bi, trans, queer. What's
the difference between queer and gay?
I'm not sure, because Q to me has recently just been added.
Okay.
And I know that it's been a slur, then it's been a not slur. You have Queer Nation. So
what's the
don't
Methodist
know.
Church then?
As it refers to gay weddings and the clergy, Methodist Church is.
Man, people are okay.
And this happened. In the '60s we had Vatican II, which was the complete overhaul of Catholic Church.
Is it haunted? Was it really dubbed Vatican II?
No, that's what it was called. Vatican II. What it was Catholic Church operated under Vatican I or Vatican. The rules were you had to face east here. Mass had to be in Latin. You could not eat.
Okay.
And that's why the fillet of fish was invented. McDonald's realized that on Fridays all the Catholics weren't eating meat because it was a sin in Vatican I, and so they realized they were
When you
losing
say
a lot of
one,
money.
you mean the number one?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so in the '60s, they had this great synod and came up with Vatican II, where they updated it to where now if you ate meat on Fridays, you know what, you weren't necessarily going to hell. You could face not east. In your
this is a
cathedral.
religion we're talking about, so who cares?
So, for the Methodist Church,
Why is it a big deal?
Because the
if I'm
Methodists,
not Methodist.
Methodists are old school, meaning the Methodists typically have two different services. They have traditional and contemporary.
What I need a Christianity checkbox. So it's just like allows dancing, allows eating meat.
Well,
on
that
Fridays.
gets in the whole topic when you're talking. Are you Old Testament Christian or New Testament
can
Christian
women
or
be
both?
preachers?
Mhm.
And
And that's the thing. It's the Methodists are taking that next step, which is interesting to see how that turns out, how far they go. Because I think where the Methodists go, some others follow. And now, of course, you got your hardcore.
Well, I mean, honestly, what I think is happening with these folks is they're losing the long-term patrons because they're patrons who visit
Well, doesn't any entity have to evolve with the times to survive?
They probably their youth groups are dying, and then there's not people with new money coming in.
Well, because you have the Episcopalian Church,
Mm-hmm.
which is Diet Catholic, as it were.
And another one.
And they allow females to be clergy. They allow gay, and so as more and more progressive.
So brave of them.
Well, it was. Think about it.
I'm just kidding.
Because especially if you're an Old Testament Christian, where you read the Old Testament,
Well, I feel like
where there are different
it's just
rules.
It's just one of those things that they need to have people in the seats, in the pews, and if they don't, they're not going to last.
True, but that's always been the case for any
So-
church.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what
It's like, how can you, even if you want to do good, if no one shows up?
I mean, would you attribute to that a lot of the changes that go with any religious institution is because of money? Like the root of it, the reason we're changing isn't because God came down to me and told me to rewrite the book of Job. Like it wasn't. I mean, they might pretend that 2,000 years ago,
Mhm.
but today it's more of like, well, we had a meeting. We kind of think we need to change something.
Yeah, we need to change to get people in because
We're gonna put blue.
And as I tell
We're gonna allow
clients,
blue. We're here. We're gonna
I've
allow
told some
color blue.
clients because I have a soft spot for nonprofits, and a lot of clients are like, oh no, I don't want to make money. I just want to do good. It's like, yeah, but the more people you reach, the more money you make. The more interviews you get,
Yeah.
the more people are willing to give to you. So it's okay to be an opportunist
you
at
can-
the same
you
time.
can- you
The more
can
money a church
connect.
gets, they're supposed to be able to turn
You
it back
can
out in
connect
the community.
Yeah.
They're supposed to. Now, whether they do or not, that's up to the church and those who are blatantly false should die out and
Well,
go by
they
the
are
wayside.
snake handlers.
Yeah.
I really want to see that kind of.
Oh,
Like,
just-
I kind of want to see.
It's
one
on
of those.
YouTube. Just watch them there.
Because I know I was raised Presbyterian,
Mhm.
and I also went to a religious school pretty much my entire life.
Mhm.
And that's one thing I remember leaving ACU, and I was like, I just don't ever want to go to another.
Yeah, they're pretty charismatic
I don't
there.
want to go any organized. I mean, if I want to get inspired, I can go see a speech. you
Yeah.
know?
Well, think about what the Catholic Church is going through right now, especially like the Houston Galveston diocese. Oh my God, with the sheer number of victims and alleged victims that are coming forth with
Do you
allegations.
think? This is gonna get. Oh, we have 10 minutes left.
Okay.
So I want to. This is gonna be controversial, like our hot take. Do you think, with the Catholic Church, it's not just individual episodes of this type of allegation? Do you
No,
think
it's
do you
part
think
of
it's
a
is it a cultural thing?
conspiratorial cover up too. Yeah, it was. It goes all the way to the top with we
Well,
got to cover
Well,
ourselves.
when you say conspiratorial cover up to me, what I hear is one guy who does his job. He's really good in the Catholic Church, and then his buddy turns out to be this horrible person, and you're like, oh, it's not us, it's him. But it's happening so much.
Yeah.
Do you think it's not them? It's the way our organization is.
It's the way the organization allows it to be.
Allows it. So I mean,
If a bad guy is allowed to get away with something,
because I can't help but think there's
Then
some
they'll do it
there's-
more.
there's
More will
under
come
the
in.
table dealings with this kind of stuff.
oh yeah, the Vatican is a
And not
huge.
hiding. I mean, they're promoting it. Like that's part of when you join.
Well, I'm not saying that you know.
I'm talking Illuminati kind of stuff.
Nah, I'm not going to go that far. I'm not Dan Brown, Da Vinci Code level thought on that. But
Well,
if
I mean-
you have any organization where you allow one person to do a bad thing and get away with it,
It's gonna
then a
keep
second
happening.
that person's going to do more, and a second person's going to go, well, Bob got away with it, I can get away with it, and all of a sudden it becomes the expected thing. And I think that's what happened to the Catholic Church with the sexual abuse things. It's just one stinky priest becomes 2, becomes 10, becomes 100, becomes 1,000.
I mean, it's getting to that point where,
It's
and it
just
might be the
somebody you
media
can pay
portraying it, nothing positive. That are only going to do. Every Catholic story from now on is going to be about some pedophilia
And that's
thing.
sad because churches do good. Many churches do many good works depending on the church.
Well,
But the
we
churches
got
have
Sacred Heart who built their new.
yeah
I don't know
churches
what they
have to
call it,
evolve.
but-
Where I'm leaning towards, I think soon enough there's going to be Vatican III because Pope Francis is already becoming very vocal and political about be the good in the world. He's trying to become the new Gandhi, and I'm not being glib when I say that. He's trying to, like Mother Teresa or Mahatma Gandhi, you know, someone who is a unifier. I think he's misfiring on a couple of things he says because he's taking political
We should
stances.
get Jay back in and talk about religious leadership.
Right, I'm all for that.
Because
man.
I wasn't that back in the day. That's who the community leaders were.
Mhm.
Like there was always the preacher, or pastor, or whatever word you want to say.
The spiritual
There's
advisor.
always a shaman or whatever, and
Mhm.
he's part of the circle.
Yeah.
Of the community.
But I really think there's gonna be a Vatican III. So yeah, I'd love to get JJ if you're still listening, man. Set up a time with us. We'd love to.
Because I know
cover
there's
topics like
I
this.
know there's a lot of religion around Montgomery County, but I don't really see it. I don't physically see anyone reaching out outside their bubble.
Mm-mm.
Because I know the ARC Church is really big, but I only see an ad like "Come here," where they're not doing things outside of their community, their little deal.
Right.
And there's that huge church on the south of the Woodlands. Grace, is that what it is?
Oh well, you got the
That
Woodlands
huge
Church
one.
used to be Fellowship of the Woodlands.
Well, you know that big one that you're driving northbound on I-45,
Mhm.
right before like I don't know where. You know what I'm talking about? That
Yeah.
huge church. Parking lot's huge.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't
There's
know.
Grace there. There's the Fellowship of the Woodlands or the Woodlands Church.
And then you got the Summit people.
Yeah, Lakewood. But I really believe the Catholic Church, in light of how the abuse scandal is just snowballing and growing, that they will eventually form a new synod, come up with Vatican III, and update it. And they too, the Catholics, will start addressing the gay issue, women issue, and maybe work its way into the 21st century. Be really interesting to see how that turns out.
I don't care.
I care enough for the both of us. We're gonna get T-shirts.
I care.
You know, I don't care, and I'll have one.
Well, I feel like that topic is something that it's only talked about because of our past, in a sense that people are still holding on to those things they were introduced to as kids. Because that's one thing I laugh about is, for example, I grew up with the same 10 people from 5th grade all the way till today, and they're all my best friends, pretty much.
Were they the other shirtless guys in your camp photo?
No. A couple more. But anyway, what I'm trying to get to is I always wondered when we went to ACU together, I wonder out of this, when we're 30 to 50 or having children, I wonder who's still going to go to church out of all of us.
Mm-hmm.
And I think like 20% of them are just going to church. But I think they don't go every day. I don't think they're part of like a specific church. I think they just go because they were like almost trained to do it, if that makes sense. Like it's something they always did on Sunday. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
So I mean, I felt like there were the need for the spiritual. The people are going to other places. They're not doing the traditional.
There are more outlets as a result. So I'm
Yeah.
trying to get to our comments here. It's not popping up. Yeah, there are more outlets, and people realizing that you don't need to be religious to be a giver. You don't need to be a giver to be religious. Well, actually, you kind of do. But yeah, more avenues are
Well, that's
opened
why
up.
I see the Lakewood being so successful is because there's so many people who aren't defined by, I'm Catholic.
Mhm.
I have no idea what Lakewood is.
They're Baptist, I
You
believe.
I mean, are you sure though? Is it in the
Mm.
name? Is it say Lakewood Baptist Church?
No.
Because I know there's there's a club. Like if you're Baptist, you're part of a club, overall Baptist of the country, and there's like an overall Baptist of the world. Kind of like the Catholics.
Mhm.
There's different. Like, you're
Although
part of
within
the
that, you got
club.
First Baptist, you got Second Baptist, you got Southern Baptist.
But I'm talking about there's like a club of it though. There's like a president of the Baptist Church of the United States. I don't know if that's the correct term. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
So I wonder, and I think a lot of people are going towards people who aren't denominations. Kind of like we just want to be spiritual in a sense.
Okay, Lakewood is non-denominational.
So that makes
I
sense
am
to me.
surprised. I really thought they were Baptist.
Well, probably because he doesn't want to pay the tax.
Yeah, right.
The Baptist tax.
And also, you reach more people. But, Lakewood had that thing where their collection plates were stolen, and the sheer amount of money that when they had to release, we lost.
Wasn't it $1 million? or
Yeah,
something
$1 million
like
bucks, and that was our collection plates. Like, holy cow.
that?
This
Sounds like a cool heist movie right there.
Yeah, right. Why rob a bank? Rob a church.
Yeah. That'd be a good movie.
Yeah, we should write that screenplay.
Especially if you do Lakewood. What's his name? Joel Osteen. Like
Yeah, have it a mega church where, not necessarily Joel Osteen, but mega church
depending
where
on
the
audience
guy
member,
is bad.
They don't really care.
Yeah, the guy's been caught with the pastor's been caught with his secretary, so they're like, we're gonna target this guy. We're gonna take all his money.
They were just dogging him for not opening up that church.
Yeah,
I want to know what the real story of that was.
he didn't open the church in time.
Well, I want to know the real story. Though.
Well, the
I mean,
church flooded it. The downstairs flooded, so But you make that much money, you're expected to go above and beyond the call of duty, and it was like nothing was said by them. It just took away. Even if you say we can't open our doors right now because of this, but we're gonna set up tents here, or we're gonna do that. But it was silence, and that was the death
was he
knell for that.
sleeping or something? Like, is he that controlling of the organization? I feel like they're big enough to where they have other.
It's his.
Like, does he have the bat phone kind of thing?
I think he does.
Really?
Yeah, he is the church. I mean,
that's funny.
Someone else could take his place if he ever went off somewhere else, but it would be a pale reflection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he did something right apparently. So
he had a full head of hair
But,
and a.
We'll be back next week, won't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thanks for tuning in.
Appreciate
Don't
it.
forget, we're still giving away those tickets for next week for 42nd Street balcony seats. So enter. If you're already entered, don't worry. You're already entered.
That's
So-
right.
And you're listening to Mornings Lone Star, irlonestar.com. We'll be back Monday.